Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Man United are reportedly eyeing a potential move for Kylian Mbappe next summer. Where Mbappe could be available on a 3. Mbappe's most likely destination is Real Madrid. Real Madrid will attempt to sign Kylian Mbappe from the 30th of August. Obviously, after this season, Edinson Cavani will be leaving Manchester United, so we do need to get a striker in. PSG got Kylian Mbappe in a transfer worth €180 million, with add-ons included. Mbappe is the second most expensive signing and the most expensive teenager. Initially, PSG had him on loan, but they got him permanent in 2018. Before PSG, Mbappe was at Monaco. He's won quite a few trophies. He's only the age of 22. Now, I want to give you some more news on Ruben Neves. So, Bruno Lage wants to keep Ruben Neves, but says every player has a price. Man United are still interested in Ruben Neves, as Wolves set a transfer price for a late deal. Wolves want £40 million for Ruben Neves. Now, earlier on in the summer, Ruben Neves hinted that he'd made a decision on his future, and he called any talks of a transfer away. Before that, it says Wolves were ready to sell Ruben Neves and they was willing to accept around £35 million. He did mention that Manchester United were leading Arsenal in the race. Ruben Neves has got a contract with Wolves until 2024. He's been at Wolves since 2017. Wolves paid £15.8 million for him from Porto. He's made 152 appearances in the Premier League for Wolves. I'd certainly take him at Manchester United. The reasons is because he's still young, got a lot of development in him. His performances for Wolves have been fantastic. If he came to Man United, he'd replicate what he's done with Wolves, plus he's well Premier League proven. Wolves know though how much of an imperative player he is. You know, Wolves lost Diego Jota last year to Liverpool, and Wolves have struggled without him. They also lost Matt Doherty. There's been a lot of midfielders on our agenda. Solskjaer's priority is to get a midfielder in. Man United have been linked with Eduardo Camavinga from Rennes. Well, the last time I read up, it said Man United paused the pursuit of Eduardo Camavinga as Eduardo Camavinga's agent, Jonathan Barnett, said that Camavinga is in no hurry to decide his future. Fabrizio Romano spoken a lot about the Camavinga transfer saga. He recently said Camavinga has two options this summer, including Man United. He said Man United and PSG have yet to make any offers. Camavinga's contract showdown continues with Rennes. His current contract expires next year. The Sun said the other week that Man United are in a two-horse race with PSG for Eduardo Camavinga. It says Rennes will accept around £25 million. Man United were also interested in Saul Niguez a few weeks ago. We've also been interested in Leon Goretzka from Bayern Munich. Declan Rice, Man United is still interested in him. But anyway, Solskjaer has confirmed that he wants to make one more signing in this summer transfer window. Obviously, Man United are now offloading more players, so it's given us much better chance to get that final signing on the board. Man United have made 3 signings in this summer transfer window. So far, we brought Tom Heaton in on a free from Aston Villa. We brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. And we brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid. So we have spent around 120 million so far in this summer transfer window. Solskjaer did say that he's been very pleased with our summer transfer business, and I think Man United have enjoyed a good summer transfer window because Solskjaer has made good signings, plus he's received the backing he deserves. John Murtough, he's played a part in getting Solskjaer the signings he wanted in. John Murtough is our director of football, and Man United certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did mention that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. Plus Darren Fletcher, he's part of the club as well. Quite a while ago now, Darren Fletcher had a few meetings in that with Solskjaer and I think Murtough, obviously, to discuss our transfer plans. Woodward has said several times before that he'd back Solskjaer, and Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe, even when we was enjoying them really bad periods under him. Woodward has obviously been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time, because obviously Woodward was accountable for how poor our recruitment was for so long, plus we've overpaid for players in recent years. Woodward should have never been put into that position in the first place where he makes the footballing decisions. Woodward's leaving Man United. It got announced Woodward was leaving Man United when that European Super League came into the equation. Woodward's had a 16-year association with the club, and surprisingly our owners, the Glazers, have backed Solskjaer only because they've been persuaded to. Because towards the end of last season, a lot of United fans protested against the Glazers at Old Trafford. Because the Glazers were planning to scrap the Champions League for that European Super League. But Solskjaer did reveal that the Glazers apologised. At one point it said the Glazers could have been forced to sell Man United, but for only £4 billion. Now, earlier on this year, Joe Glazer attended a fans forum. It was his first attendance in 15-16 years, and he promised Manchester United supporters that Solskjaer would get financial backing. I think we are now into the final 2 weeks of the summer transfer window. Before the start of the season, Solskjaer spoke out on Man United's transfer plans. He did say any more signings would be a bonus for Man United. There's still some more players Manchester United have got to offload. There's going to be a few more departures, I'd say, in this summer transfer window. Probably more players will leave in January of next year, and more players will leave next summer. By the way, Andres Pereira has officially joined Flamengo on loan. It's the right decision to loan Pereira out because he'll get a lot more opportunities, plus he'll gain more experience. And this is Andres Pereira's 4th loan spell, because before he's had loan spells with Lazio, Granada and Valencia. Pereira's been part of the club for a long time. He's got a contract with Man United till 2023. Brandon Williams looks like he's going out on loan. A few days ago now, Sky Sports News said that Norwich were in advanced talks to sign Brandon Williams on loan. We definitely need to loan Brandon Williams out because Williams is our 3rd choice left back. He doesn't really play that much for us. Brandon Williams has been a long-term target for Southampton and Newcastle. And last season, Brandon Williams provided cover for Luke Shaw and Alex Telles at left back and Wan-Bissaka at right back. Because obviously Diego Dalot was out on loan with Milan last season. Brandon Williams has got a contract with Man United until 2024. Williams made his first team debut back in September 2019. I initially thought Amad Diallo was going to be going out on loan, but Solskjaer said in his press conference yesterday, build up to the game against Southampton, that Amad Diallo won't be going out on loan now, so he could be staying. And Solskjaer said Amad Diallo's looks very good in training. But it did say not so long ago that Amad Diallo is 90% certain to leave Man United on loan in the coming weeks. It mentioned that Sheffield United have been interested in him. Romano mentioned that Basel and Crystal Palace have registered an interest in signing Amad Diallo on loan. We got Amad Diallo from Atlanta in a deal worth £37 million. Man United paid like £19 million up front. Got him in January, didn't we? Amad Diallo's got a contract with us until 2025. Diego Dalot, I also wanted to offload him in this summer transfer window. I heard that he could still be leaving, but the other week it actually said it's very likely that Dalot is staying at Man United. To be fair, Dalot was impressive throughout pre-season. Last season, Dalot was out on loan with AC Milan. We brought Dalot in from Porto, got him in under the Jose Mourinho era. I said I wanted us to offload Phil Jones in this summer transfer window, but we're not going to. Phil Jones is staying at Man United for this season. After Solskjaer tells Phil Jones he remains part of his first team plans. So we may offload Jones next summer. Jones made his comeback from injury in the behind closed doors game against Burnley. Man U won 3-1. Jones was out with an knee injury for a long time. He actually sustained the injury in that FA Cup game against Tranmere, was it, last season. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. He's been a long-serving player. He's endured 10 years at the club. We got Jones from Blackburn. Jesse Lingard. I definitely want us to offload him in this summer transfer window. Now, it recently said Jesse Lingard is ready to leave Man United if he does not play regularly. Solskjaer confirmed that Lingard is part of his plans for this season. West Ham and Everton want Jesse Lingard. Fabrizio Romano did mention that West Ham are ready to submit another bid for Lingard, because it said West Ham received a huge boost in their pursuit of Lingard because Man United dropped their asking price for Lingard to 20 million. Initially we was demanding 30 million and West Ham was struggling to meet that asking price. West Ham's first team coach Stuart Pearce said that West Ham want Jesse Lingard, and he mentioned that he's a special lad. Lingard had a 4-month loan spell with West Ham last season and he made an impact. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. Lingard has been part of the club for a long time. Risen up our academy and that. He's made like 133 appearances in the Premier League for Man United. Man United has won the Europa League, the EFL Cup, the FA Cup and the Charity Shield, and he scored in some of them finals. But Lingard's had quite a few loan spells. He had loan spell with Leicester, Birmingham, Brighton, Derby and West Ham. I said I also want us to offload Nemanja Matic in this summer transfer window, but obviously isn't going to happen. I've got my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player, plus he's ageing up. And he's not one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his chances. We got Matic in a deal worth £40 million. Matic has been at Man United for like 4 years or so now. Was it before the start of last season, Matic signed a 3-year contract. And I said I also wanted us to offload Anthony Martial. But we won't be this time round, because before the start of the season the Telegraph said that Man United have got no intentions of selling Anthony Martial, and he's part of Solskjaer's plans for this season. The Sun did say before the start of the season that Man United are ready to sell Anthony Martial, but we want at least £50 million. It did mention that Inter Milan were interested in Martial. They wanted him to replace Lukaku because Lukaku went back to Chelsea. He said would have been happy to loan Anthony Martial out as long as Inter Milan agreed to include an obligation to buy in the deal. Inter Milan have done business with us in recent years. They got Young offers, Sanchez offers and Romelu Lukaku. Everton have also been keen on him. So there you go. I think Man United have got a very good chance of winning the Premier League this season. I certainly think the signings of Sancho and Varane turn Manchester United into title contenders. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. Now, before the start of the season, Solskjaer talked up Man United's title hopes. He said he knew the pressure was on, and he made an admission saying that Man City are the favourites, but he said the title race is open. what an achievement it would be if Solskjaer was to win the title this season. But Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season to basically save his job. You know, this is Solskjaer's third full season as Manchester United manager. You know, Solskjaer has been in charge of the club now for almost 3 years. But he knows this season's massive, Solskjaer, because he knows he's got big expectations to exceed. But I reckon now Man United have got a very, very good squad with the signings of Varane and Sancho. We still had a good squad before, you know, they came in. But obviously it's even better now. And if we can get one more signing on the board, the squad will look even better. So, you know, we've got Raphael Varane. That's very, very good. I'm expecting him to make his debut tomorrow against Southampton. Raphael Varane to Man United was official last weekend, just before kick-off against Leeds. We got Raphael Varane for like £43 million, was it? You know, we paid like 34 million up front and the rest was in add-ons. Varane signed a 4-year contract with Man United. There was an option of a further year. Man United have given Raphael Varane that number 19 shirt. Don't forget, at one point the Raphael Varane announcement was delayed due to image rights, and don't forget he did have to quarantine in Manchester, and the other week Varane completed his medical. You know, Varane is our third signing of this summer transfer window, but Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a fantastic pedigree as a player, because Varane won a lot of trophies at Real Madrid. And in the Premier League, Varane will exceed expectations, and I'm convinced that Man United will replicate what he did in his years with Real Madrid. What a fantastic centre-back partnership that is, Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well. You know, Jadon Sancho, I think he's a very good player. And he will do well at Man United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. I'm expecting Sancho to make his full Premier League debut tomorrow. Obviously made his debut last week. He came off the bench. Before the Leeds game, Sancho's debut was in doubt because Solskjaer said Sancho had been feeling a little sick, and he mentioned that he'd only been able to complete one full training session. Sancho at Man United was confirmed on the 23rd of July. We got Sancho in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included, and Sancho's got a contract with Man United until June 2026. There's an option of a further year. I think Tom Heaton's a decent goalkeeper. Obviously Man United brought him in as a backup, but to Tom Heaton's credit, he did very, very well throughout pre-season. We got him on a free transfer from Aston Villa. He's got a contract with Man United till 2023, Heaton. There's an option of a further year. Dean Henderson, you know, I think he's a very, very good goalkeeper. Obviously he's unavailable at the moment as he's been recovering from COVID. Solskjaer said he will be back soon. Dean Henderson did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. You know, his distribution was good and he kept a lot of clean sheets. He had a few poor games last season though. Dean Henderson's got that experience behind him. He enjoyed 2 successful loans with Sheffield. He's also had other loan spells before. Before the start of last season, Henderson signed a 6-year contract with Man United, so reflecting on that, he committed his future to the club. David De Gea, you know, he's still a very good goalkeeper despite the mistakes he's made in the last couple of years. We know De Gea is staying at Man United for this season because earlier on in the summer it said De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks. To fight for the starting place, and De Gea said he was determined to fight for his Man United future. De Gea was obviously in goal for the game against Leeds. I'm expecting him to be in goal for the game tomorrow against Southampton. De Gea has been with us since the Ferguson era. He's endured 10 years at the club, so he's been a long servant. And this is De Gea's 11th season. De Gea's got like 2 years left on his contract and he's on £375,000 a week. A few years ago, De Gea was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. He's won everything domestically at the football club and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. You know, you've got Luke Shaw, that's a very, very good left back. I'm expecting him to do really well this season. This season he should replicate what he did for the entire of last season, because last season Luke Shaw was superb. Luke Shaw's been our first choice left back for a while. Shaw still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Alex Telles last year. Shaw's been at Man United now for a good 7 years, so he's been a long-serving player, and I reckon he's had a good career at Man United despite the injuries he has sustained. We'll be looking to extend Luke Shaw's contract. Harry Maguire, you know, he's a decent centre-half. And like I've said, we should get the best out of Maguire now with Varane alongside him. Maguire's had his good games at Man United, he's also had his bad games. Maguire was a big miss for us towards the end of last season because he had ligament damage in his ankle. We overpaid for Harry Maguire though. We got him in a deal worth £80 million. Most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. Eric Bailly, you know, I think he's a decent centre-half. Obviously his future has been in doubt following the arrival of Raphael Varane. But I would keep Eric Bailly as a backup. So if Varane or Harry Maguire get injured, then Bailly's the plan B. There again, you know, you've got Lindelof as a backup, but like I've said before, I prefer Bailly to Lindelof. My element of concern about Bailly is injury prone, so in that aspect is a liability. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United till 2024. There's an option of a further year. We got Bailly from Villarreal back in 2016 for £30 million. So he's been with us for like 5 years now. And Wan-Bissaka, you know, very good right back. He's one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. There's probably certain aspects of his game that's still got to improve. Bissaka's probably got to show more attacking intent. Maybe his crossing needs to get a bit better. But defensively, he's always been superb. I said this season's massive for Wan-Bissaka. We got him for £50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. McTominay, he's a decent player. I expected McTominay to enjoy a good season. He had some good games last season. McTominay needs more time at the club, you know, still young, got a lot of development in him. McTominay's been part of the club for a long time as it stands. Just after the first lockdown last year, McTominay signed a 5-year contract with Man United. So reflecting on that, he committed his future to the club. Paul Pogba, you know, he's a good player. Solskjaer mentioned Paul Pogba in his press conference yesterday. He said talks are ongoing with Pogba's representatives to persuade Pogba to sign a new contract. Well, it says Pogba will not sign a new contract this year, but Paul Pogba has refused to rule out a new deal. It recently said Man United is set to make Pogba the highest paid player at the club with a new 5-year contract worth £400,000 a week. Pogba's contract expires next summer, but Pogba is expected to stay at Man United for at least this season. Sky Sports did recently say though that Pogba's very likely to leave Man United on a free next summer when his contract expires, and he said he's set to join PSG on a free. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes, he's very, very good as well. He's our best player, and he's one of the best signings we have made since Ferguson retired. Last weekend Bruno Fernandes got his first Manchester United hat-trick, which was good to see. Fernandes has been at Man United now over a year and a half. You've got Mason Greenwood, that's been an absolute revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Greenwood got his name on the score sheet last weekend against Leeds. Should have had a couple of other goals because he had 2 good early chances. You've got Cavani, that's made an impact since he's come in. Rashford's good when he wants to be, but he's endured his bad periods. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.